Find your purpose. Life's most powerful lessons. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with a question that has echoed through the halls of human history. Why are you here? What is your purpose? Right now, wherever you are, I want you to pause and really think about it. Why are you here? What is your purpose? This isn't just a question for philosophers or scholars. It's the question of your life. It's your reason for waking up in the morning. Let me share a powerful truth with you. You were not born to simply exist. You were born to live with purpose, with passion, and with power. But let's get real. Most of us at some point feel lost. We feel like we're wandering through life, checking boxes, fulfilling obligations, and yet there's this emptiness inside. Why? Because we're not aligned with our purpose. We're not asking the right questions. And that changes today. Is there a meaning to life, or is it something we create ourselves? Here's what I believe. Life doesn't hand you a manual. The meaning of life is not something you stumble upon, it's something you define. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, said, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." Think about that. This man endured the unimaginable, and yet he found that purpose gave him strength. Purpose gave him life. Ask yourself right now, what gives your life meaning? Is it your family? Your work? Your ability to help others? If you don't know the answer, that's okay. Here's your action item. Write it down. Write what you love, what you value, and what lights a fire in your soul. When you connect to those things, you connect to your meaning. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference, that you have lived and lived well." Reflect on that for a moment. Are you living in a way that makes a difference, or are you merely going through the motions? What's one step you can take today to align with this idea? Here's another perspective. Think of the ripple effect. Everything you do, your kindness, your work, your passions, ripples outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully see. That's the beauty of living with meaning. Your impact is immeasurable. What happens after death? Is there an afterlife? This question is as old as time, and the truth is, none of us have the full answer. But here's what I know for certain. Focusing on the afterlife while neglecting the life you're living is a mistake. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." Are you living fully, or are you just waiting? Waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right someday? Let me tell you, someday is a myth. The time to live is now. Make every day a masterpiece. Reach out to that person you've been meaning to call. Take that risk you've been too scared to take. Your life is your message. Live it so powerfully that even after you're gone, your impact lives on. Steve Jobs said it beautifully. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Are you living a life true to yourself? Or are you confined by expectations, fears, and doubts? What would your life look like if you let go of those chains? Now consider this. The way you live your life is the legacy you leave behind. The memories you create, the people you inspire, the love you give, these are eternal. So instead of obsessing over what comes after, focus on making your present life extraordinary. Do we have free will, or is everything predestined? The age-old debate. Are we the captains of our ships, or are we passengers on a pre-written journey? Here's the deal. Whether or not life is predestined doesn't matter nearly as much as how you show up. Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, "I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions." Right now, your life is shaped by the choices you make. And if you've been living on autopilot, here's your wake-up call. Take ownership of your decisions. Decide today to 1. Set a new goal that challenges you. 2. Break a habit that's holding you back. 3. Learn something new that excites you. Your choices are the seeds you plant, and your life is the harvest. What will you choose to plant today? As Mahatma Gandhi once said, the future depends on what you do today. Think about that. Every choice, no matter how small, contributes to the trajectory of your life. Are your daily decisions moving you closer to the life you want, or further away? Nelson Mandela once said, "I never lose. I either win or learn." That's the mindset of someone who takes full ownership of their life. Even setbacks become stepping stones. How would your life change if you adopted that perspective? What is consciousness and why do we have it? Consciousness is the ultimate gift. It's the awareness of our existence, our thoughts, our emotions, and our potential. Think about this. You're not just living life. You're experiencing it. You're feeling it, questioning it, shaping it. That's power. But too many of us waste this gift. We get stuck in negative loops, replaying fears, regrets, and doubts. If that sounds like you, I want you to try this action item. Start practicing gratitude. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude shifts your consciousness. It moves you from scarcity to abundance, from fear to love. Tony Robbins once said, "Where focus goes, energy flows." If you focus on problems, you'll live in a state of anxiety. But if you focus on opportunities, you'll step into a state of empowerment. Consider the words of Eckhart Tolle. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Are you fully present in this moment, or are you dwelling on the past and worrying about the future? Consciousness is your ability to live in the now. Don't let it slip away. And here's another perspective. Consciousness is what allows us to connect deeply, to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. It's the source of empathy, creativity, and transformation. How are you using your consciousness to elevate your life and the lives of others? Action plan for today. Let's recap and put this into action. 1. Define your purpose. Write it down. Don't overthink it. Start with what matters to you right now. 2. Live fully. Do one thing today that you've been putting off. Take that leap of faith. 3. Make conscious decisions. Break out of autopilot and make a choice that aligns with your goals. 4. Practice gratitude. Start your day with 3 things you're thankful for. 5. Share your journey. Talk to someone about what you've learned and what you're striving for. Community amplifies growth. 6. Reflect on this quote from Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. How can you thrive today? 7. Challenge yourself to think bigger. What legacy do you want to leave? What kind of ripple effect do you want your actions to have? Final words. I want you to imagine your life 1 year from now. If you take action today, how could your life change? Would you be closer to your dreams? Would you be more fulfilled, more alive, more you? The answer is yes, if you commit to growth. And before you go, do one more thing. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and tap the notification bell. Why? Because every week we'll dive deeper into these life-changing questions, and I promise you, the journey will transform you. By subscribing, you're not just helping this channel grow, you're joining a community of like-minded people who want to live extraordinary lives. Together, we'll keep climbing higher. So go out there and take action. Remember, your purpose is not something you find, it's something you create. And you have the power to create a life that is meaningful, impactful, and extraordinary. Let's do this together. You've got this. You've got this.